ఏవండి కాఫీ?
శాస్త్రదే
ఆ!
ఏంటి సెకండ్ ఎగ్ తీసారా?
ఆహా!
రేపటి నుంచి కాఫీ అడిగితే అడుక్కున్నాడు పోసినట్టు దోశ ఇట్లా పోస్తారా?
హుహు. హ్మ్.
ఎక్కడికి?
సాసర తెద్దామని.
మరి దీన్ని ఏం చేయమంటావు? నువ్వు వచ్చే వరకు ఒలింపిక్ జ్యోతిని పట్టుకున్నట్టు ఇలా పట్టుకుని నిలబడినా
ఇవ్వండి.
విసుకుంటావంటే
నేనా?
మరి నేనా?
అమ్.
If there was one release that I was absolutely pumped for, it was to see my favorite, the legend, do his magic on the big screen. Nandamuri Balakrishna, NBK, Balaya, or the King himself, has opened to an unimaginable bumper opening with his film Veera Simha Reddy. People bring this up quite often, and I acknowledge the same that the legend was incessantly trolled by his own fans since the last 10 years or so due to the underwhelming and unintentionally funny movies he featured in. But the current predicament that Balaya finds himself in is interesting because there seems to be a newfound respect and obsession with his films post Akhanda, almost as if the audience revisited Balaya's potential if placed in a compelling script. With Veera Simha Reddy, I was expecting nothing but a Balaya ride, and oh boy, was it the most ear-shattering and aneurysm-inducing experience I've had in a long time at the theatre. I would try to give little away about this repetitive, loud, and over-the-top film, but there's little to do with the plot of the movie and more to do with the pitch of the performances and set pieces that would be very interesting to dissect and discuss in the comments below. I was instructed that the impact of Balaya movies is such that you'll abruptly chant Jai Balaya, so don't be alarmed if I shout out of nowhere. Jai Simha Reddy, played by Balaya, lives with his mother in Turkey, played by Honey Rose, with little to no knowledge about his father. As he is about to get married to Shruti Haasan, his mother makes sure to tell him about the god among mortals, the person of influence in Simha, defined never as a mere human, but being a god, Narsimha in some cases, more than a god in others, Veera Simha Reddy. The storytelling unfolds why the father-son duo parted ways and also sheds light on a sibling story and why Veera Simha Reddy is constantly under threat of losing his life. I from the onset want to alarm you about the decibel level at which Taman's music is presented in this film. There is almost no sequence in the movie that is not blasted with his score. So much so that the PVR I was at had problems with its speakers eventually, the bass being so loud that even the dialogues were getting muffled. So is the atmosphere of a Balaya movie, so I knew what I was signing up for. The Balaya ride also entails leaving your pragmatic and logical brain at home because these movies are not meant for dissection and discussion but to chant Jai Balaya as you enter and exit the theatre. This was legitimate advice that I was given from a fan on my timeline. The mood already is set as a mother is threatened in her own restaurant in Istanbul by a gang member or businessman. The foreign man threatens in English, the restaurant owner and mother replies with pride in Telugu, and he seems to get exactly what she is talking about. In comes our celebrated hero Balakrishna, hilariously playing a 30-year-old, and with minimal white hairs, we are to be convinced that Honey Rose, who is 31 in real life, is his mother. Nandamuri Balakrishna, by the way, is 62. Not only is he famous, but he is dangerous too, breaking the fourth wall so that the audience chants Jai Balaya as a blonde lady exclaims at his action. Wow, what a powerful punch. There is honestly some comedic relief in this film that was genuinely funny, and all due to the appearance of the legend Brahmi, who plays a singing reality show judge, and his reactionary shots of a terrible performance more than make up for a mess that is otherwise being presented. Shruti Haasan plays such an inconsequential and mind-numbingly stupid role that I was almost aghast at the fact that she did the film. Both Rashmika and Varasa and Shruti and Veera Simha Reddy have nothing to contribute to the storyline. They come in an absurd sequence, dance and vanish. Do you know how Shruti falls in love with Balaya in this film? She gets caught in a crossfire, unintentionally inhales cocaine, leading to the immediate effect of wanting to play music and dance. She further gets recorded during the same, and her video becomes viral on social media. Hence, love commences. Thanking Balaya at his home, his mother exclaims, "When a girl comes to your house for the first time, give her something. Our surname." Girls, I'm telling you, be careful. The choreography in the songs also takes the cake. Balaya and Shruti constantly pelvic thrusting at one another and pulling each other's belts, making for an already awkward romantic pair look even more crass. The real Balaya ride commences when the respect and admiration of Veera Simha Reddy is understood. This is where the movie, despite its generic treatment, also has some surprises. The physics-defying stunts continue one after the other. The one-liners like "fear has no place in my biodata" never stop. And slow motion is the vibe. You have to get with the program or get out. Jai Balaya. The action is designed to celebrate the star with such fine detailing that even while they are getting beaten up and flying in the air, they are folding their hands to Balaya. My favorite quality about the movie actually was not Balaya in all of his glory, even though his speech on Telugu Pride is quite impactful, but the performances of him and his sister Varalaxmi Kumar, especially in moments of anguish, heartbreak and anger. Varalaxmi infuses life and drama into this film, her reprimanding her husband, who probably is the most patient dude known to mankind, and you'll know exactly why, or having the ability to melt her brother who unabashedly loves her. This dynamic, while exploring the predictable tropes, is the only life in a very flimsy plot. Varalaxmi Kumar as the force to be reckoned with would be lovely to see in a more coherent storyline. In an entire action sequence as Balaya beats up goons, he refuses to get off a chair and does the needful effortlessly. But this is almost what is expected from a Balaya Sakranti release, and it's forgiven under the guise of mass cinema, especially by fans of NBK who just want to have a mindless fun time. I get it, but that doesn't mean that it should be immune to criticism if we're setting the same standard for all commercial releases across languages. Especially if I'm told to believe a frame where Balaya is injured badly but still has the time to light a cigar and cross his legs in style. Veera Simha Reddy has no rules. Balaya stops an action scene telling the goons to stay where they are because he will come to beat them up. Balaya is randomly driving and distressed, so the girlfriend recommends to go to a place where pelvic thrusting cleavage galore item song starts out of nowhere. Balaya bounces his cigarette off a woman's breast in that song, in the name of choreography, but as I said, there are no rules. This is not meant to be seen on an OTT platform, not in some other theatre in some other state. This is for the people of Hyderabad in a packed single screen theatre on the opening weekend, and it doesn't pretend to be anything else. It's important to note though, it doesn't mean it's any good. As I said when the trailer dropped, Balaya is a genre itself, and Veera Simha Reddy is one of the many in the same genre. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Veera Simha Reddy. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.